Hey everyone, welcome to 30 Days of Gratitude with me, Susie. Today is day 17 and that is magic and miracles in health. So this is a really lovely topic, especially relevant at this time when people are possibly worrying about their health. So if you're joining today, this is the first video you're watching. As I always say, do go back and start from day one. If you're watching this on YouTube, the day one video will be displayed at the end of the video. If you're watching on my Instagram, which is Blonde Susie or ahimsa_wellbeing, you can find the day one video if you just scroll down through my feed, and the same on Facebook on my Ahimsa Yoga and Wellbeing page. So I really hope you're enjoying doing this. So today we're going to think about how being healthy can be drawn more into our lives with gratitude, which to many people I'm sure sounds a little bit wacky perhaps, but by law of attraction, if we're being grateful for vitality and health and all our vital organs working and just feeling great, then we're naturally, by the law of attraction, going to attract more of that. So this counts for any negative feelings we have about our body. So there's two ways which a lot of the time we're feeling negative about our health and about our body. One can be if we're ill or we have disease or an injury, which is very natural. You know, you're feeling rubbish, you're hurting. It's very, very natural to be focusing on that. But actually by focusing on the problem, we actually just draw more problems towards us. And I know that can be very difficult not to, but I'm going to explain in a little while some exercises to try and get our mindset changed on not focusing on the problems and more focusing on the parts of us that are feeling great. So the other way that we can often feel negative about our body is if we don't like something about our body. So aesthetically, there's something you don't like, or you're struggling with your weight, or you're feeling low in energy, or you don't like the colour of your eyes or your hair or whatever. There's a lot of different things that we can feel negatively about our body. But again, just by complaining about our body, we actually bring in more of the problems, more things to complain about by law of attraction. And if you're wanting to hear some stories about people changing their health and their body through the law of attraction and through gratitude, you can go on www.thesecret.tv/stories, and there's loads of amazing stories on there about people explaining how they've used the power and magic of gratitude to change their health. So what I always this always brings to mind when I've been sick or injured, predominantly sick or feeling low in energy, and I can't imagine how people can feel like that all of the time. I'm really blessed to have good health, but I also am very grateful for that and work towards it. So I know a lot of people can perhaps feel negatively towards people that are healthy and fit. That's often seen in the media. But again, they're grateful and also working towards that. You know, they're putting the effort in to eat well and keep fit and move and be active, finding a gratitude and joy in activity and movement. So this kind of mindset around that is really key for our change, because when I feel ill, which is very rarely, I really just think, oh my gosh, I can't imagine how people can feel this way all of the time. But sadly, some people always feel like that. You know, if you're regularly drinking and eating fast food and junk food, then you're probably feeling pretty crap all of the time. If I've ever had a day where I've eaten rubbish, I feel awful. Honestly, you become so sensitive to it once you're healthier. And I can't imagine that some people might not be able to feel how wonderful it feels to feel that vitality and health and energy. So whatever the circumstance, we can change our mindset to bring more of this into our body. If you're always feeling like that, then really using this is kind of a lifesaver. Yeah, we've got to change something. If you're always feeling physically unwell or mentally unwell, this becomes something that is absolutely essential. And if you're just sometimes feeling unwell, again, rather than waiting for those times we feel unwell, Why don't we just bring in all this vitality and health and good feeling for all of the time? It's always the way, isn't it, where we only realise what we have until we feel unwell or we lose something. So yeah, today's exercise is going to get us all focusing on amazing health. So exercise 1 is to be grateful for health you've received in the past. So thinking back to times in your life, maybe when you were a child, or you've been doing an activity, you've done a challenge, or just a time where you've maybe been on holiday, but you felt on top of the world. You felt amazing, energetic, full of life. You're moving, you're eating well. You can recall that time. And if you can, recall 3 times when you felt like this. Allow yourself to think about those times and then say thank you. And then step 2 is to think about all the health you're receiving in the present, so right now. So this can be thinking of things that are healthy. So even if you're unwell or suffering from an injury or suffering from mental health issues at the moment, thinking about 5 things that are working in your body and in your health. So it could be that your legs work and that you go out for a walk every day. And so thinking about that and then saying thank you. It could be that you feel well, that your heart is beating, your heart works well, you're not having any trouble with your heart. So you can think about that and say thank you. It could be that you've got excellent sight. So you think about that and say thank you. There are always things that are going well, and it can take a little bit of digging if you're particularly feeling rubbish at the time. But do dig. There will be things that you can be grateful for in your health and in your body. Maybe it's that you've maintained a really healthy weight, or that you're working towards that. Just look for those things and try and dwell on them and say thank you. And then the third exercise is to think about, be grateful for health you've received in the future. So by doing this, we're going to think of one thing that we really want to change. So if it's that you're working towards a more healthy weight, you think about your ideal weight and how you would feel being that weight, and spend a minute dwelling on this and then say thank you. So if it's that at the moment you have a back problem, you think about being free from that back issue and how wonderful that would be to be able to do all the things that you feel you're unable to do at the moment. Spend a minute doing this and say thank you. If you have a particular disease, you could think about how amazing it would feel as though it's happening to be free of that and then say thank you. So we're really thinking as though this has already happened. This is quite key to all of the practices. We think about the things as though they've already happened and how you would feel in that situation. So it might be that you have bad sight and that you're working towards, you're waiting for a laser, eye surgery or glasses. And you can think about how amazing that would be for your eyes to be in perfect condition. So whatever it be, pick one thing for the last exercise and really just dwell for a minute on how wonderful that would be for that to be changed. And if it's a certain body part, so if you're working towards like weightlifting or yoga, so this is really key for all my yogis. If you're working towards strength or maybe flexibility, you can just spend a minute thinking about how amazing it is that you're flexible and strong and the things that you would do when you have that built flexibility, and then saying thank you. So I hope you really enjoyed this practice. I've done this today already and it's amazing. Going out for a walk this morning, I just couldn't believe how awesome my legs were to be able to go walking, even though I have done workouts every day this week, and yesterday did like a HIIT training, heavy circuit training on my legs as well. So although they felt tired, I was able to really be grateful. I just felt like I had even more energy than usual. So I hope some of that energy finds you, and do this as often as possible. Ideally, you do this every day. So this is another one of those ones that you touch on every day, particularly if you're suffering with a disease or an injury or something at the moment. Let this happen every day and you'll see things change. So do let me know how you're getting on. As usual, thank you very much for joining me. I really love having all the feedback and feeling all your energy. We're over halfway now, so hopefully we're getting into a habit of counting our blessings every day, which I just can't not do in the morning now. And then taking your gratitude rock at night and just enjoying going through the day and thinking of all the things you're grateful for and choosing one and saying thank you. So Thanks for joining me. Have a really lovely day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.